Hello guys, welcome back again. I am super excited because I am bringing good news to you guys today. I am so excited to announce that I moved from renting a house in Canada to buy my own house. Yes, I'm super excited. I just want to tell you how the process went for me. I'll be giving you information on how much my house costs, how much I used to pay for rent, how much I now pay for my house, and all the other surprises that came with it. So stay tuned. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click on the notification button for more exciting videos. All right, so I used to rent a house in Canada and I paid around 1,500 to 2,000 for rent for a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm going to be giving you guys ranges because I don't want to say specific how much I pay, but it definitely falls within these ranges and you can think outside the box or figure it out yourself. But yes, that is how much a 2-bedroom cost in my location. I currently live in British Columbia, Canada. So that is how much I used to pay for rent. Then I just got tired of renting. I heard a lot of good news about buying a house. And I decided, you know what, let me get a house. Then I thought about, because I moved from Canada from Nigeria, and my mindset has just been you buy a land, you will get someone to be building the house for you. You can tell them how you want your house to look like and so on. Then I started looking for how much a land costs in Canada. To my surprise, I started seeing all of these prices you see on the screen. It ranges from, it depends on the location you are, it costs around I saw lands for $200,000. I'm like, okay, that is where my mathematics started coming in. I started doing $200,000 times the exchange rate in naira, which then was around, let's say 300, which was around 60 million for land. Wetin happen? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, that is how I decided to take a step back and say, okay, so what are the options for me? And I was even thinking, okay, if I buy this land 60 million, how much will it take me to build it? How much will it take me to build a house on it? So don't forget that this 60 million naira, which is about 200,000 Canadian dollars, is just the land alone. We haven't even started doing like the house and, you know, stuff like that. So I googled how much it's gonna cost to build a house on a $200,000 dollars land, and to build a house was around almost the same price, just a little bit less. So building a house is sometimes cheaper than even the land in some places in Canada. So I was like, okay, so if let's assume it's just the same amount, 200,000 to build a house, 200,000 for a land, which is going to be about 120 million. It's okay. When you see the money, let me know. And I'm like, where in order to see this money? Anyway, the 120 million naira, it's chicken change. Let me be very Nigerian, by the grace of God, but I don't have it. Anyway, so I was like, you know what, I just can't even think about even the land. If I can't even afford it at this time, you know, let's just push it aside. Then I looked into how much a land cost in Nigeria, and it was so cheap. I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. I was seeing 2 million, you know, 5 million, 10 million. I'm like, no, it's high. Don't worry. I'll go and buy land in the cheaper areas in Nigeria. Where I live, a land costs around 2 million to 5 million. You get a very good land. I live in Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. You get a very good land there. So, you know, I was like, okay, maybe I should be considering, you know, getting a house in Nigeria. To cut the long story short, I got into a situation where I am most likely going to be based in Canada. Even if I build a house in Nigeria, I will not be staying there. So I just kind of have this thought around, you know, what is going to be beneficial for me. Is it going to be a house in Nigeria or a house in Canada? And Canada are also offering, instead of you to buy a house outright, let's say for $500,000, they offer something called a mortgage plan where you can be paying for that $500,000 house every month. So, or that's $1 million house every month. So I was like, okay, maybe I should be thinking of a mortgage plan at this point. But like, I had a lot of things just going over my head. I'm just like, okay, so if I go to Nigeria, like I won't be staying there, and I'm not sure how renting is going to be. How much will I even be able to rent the house? So if I build a house in Nigeria, let's say a 5 bedroom, or let's say a 2 bedroom, a 2 bedroom house in one place, I might be renting each for, let's say, 30 to 40,000 a month, which it depends on your location and all of that. So, and 40,000 a month is just about $100 and something a month, which is not bad. But I just kind of looked at the return on investment and all of that. So getting a house through a mortgage in Canada seems to be more affordable and more and a better option for me, since I'm kind of based in Canada. So that is how I decided to go to my bank and talk to them about getting a mortgage. Then the questions started coming in. They started asking me, do you have a job? I was like, if I am jobless, I will not be here. Of course I have a job. They're like, oh, do you want to get the house alone, or do you have a partner? I was like, hey guys, I am married. I am not getting the house alone. Then they were like, okay, I kind of had like very weird questions, and they're like, oh, do you have debts? I'm like, no. Do you have a down payment? That's a very big factor. So usually if you want to get a mortgage, you need to have about 5% or 20% of the value of the house. So if the house is about 600,000 Canadian dollars, you need to have 5% of it or 20% of it. So like, yes, I do have the down payment for the house. Then they asked other questions, and they did a credit check on me and my partner, and they were like, okay, you qualify for, I'm just going to give you guys a range because I don't want to be very specific in our personal details, and they're like, you qualify for a house that is between 700,000 to about 1.5 million. I was like, okay, not a bad idea. So then we started looking for a house that fits into this range that we qualify for, and we found a beautiful home, which I'm currently in right now. And we started the process. So then we found a place that we liked, that was within the range that we got qualified for, and we asked the banker what the mortgage price is going to be monthly, and it told us it's going to be around, I'm going to give you guys a range again, it's going to be around $1,500 to about $4,000 a month. And we're like, okay. The range given to us was very was quite not, it wasn't too expensive. It was quite okay compared to if we had to buy a house outright. We got our mortgage amount, which was a very comfortable payment for us, and we thought that was it. Then they started coming to us and they were like, okay, you know what, you need to insure your house. I'm like, okay, so you know what, can't I, don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to my house. But yeah, they are just some very compulsory things that you need to be paying for when you have a house, and that's just the reality of it. So we got an insurance that was within the range of about $1,500 to $4,000 a year. It's annual payment. And we got also, then we started paying for water bill for the house, which was within the range of $200 to $400 every month. Then we started paying for hydro bill. We used to pay something around $100 and $300 in a rented apartment, but moving into our own house, we started paying the range of around $600 to $800 dollars every 2 months. So the bills just started coming. I'm like, okay, it's just the reality of getting a new house or getting a house in Canada. If you're thinking of getting a house, these are things that are going to come your way. And sometimes even in rented apartments, you get to pay some of these other bills. And that doesn't even include your phone bill for the phone you use, your internet bill. So if you think about it, if you don't have a consistent income flow when in Canada, you're going to be very stranded if you want to buy a house. That's why you see that some people get to buy a house and in another 2 years, they are already going bankrupt because it comes with a lot of bills. And that is not even including the minor repairs that you might end up doing when you move into the house. Like, depend on how new the building is, you might want to do painting, you might want to fix some things in the house. It just depends on the kind of house you buy. So there is a reality to buying a house in Canada. It is good, but it just has its reality to it. So now I'm just thinking, did I make a good decision? Like, should I just have rented a house and just pay my little amount of between $1,500 to about $3,000 I was like renting a house for? Or I was just kind of thinking of all sort of things when this bill started coming. But in the long run, I got an assessment on the property, 2021 assessment on the property, and it was just really surprising that the property has already started increasing like $50,000 and above. It has started increasing in value more than $50,000 already compared to the price we bought it. So it just depends on something you can afford and all of that. But if you ask me currently, for the amount I pay for my house monthly, it is very close to the amount I used to pay for rent. So if you're currently renting and if you're able to get a house, you have that option to get a house that is very close to your rent, instead of you to pay that your rent to the landlord. If you're renting my house, you're paying your rent to me. Instead of you to pay your rent to me, I am going to advise you to get a property of your own. It increases in value, but your rent only increases in price. Like, this year you're paying 1,000, they're already giving you a notice that your rent is increasing 2% and you're paying like 1,000 something. So it's just a food for thought, and it's up to you to get on that and decide what is best for you. Now I'm thinking, Nigeria the way? It depends on if you're going to be frequenting Nigeria often. For me, that might not be an option for me. But yeah, go for it. And I thank you all for listening to this video. I wish you all the best in your next step. This is a new chapter for me, getting a house in Canada. Stay tuned on my next video. Bye.